Welcome to the Kane and Day Show. I'm your host, Kane. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, all at Killing Kane. Let me shoot it over to my boy here. He'll introduce himself, and we'll get underway.
Yeah, my name's Day. You can find me on Twitter, Realdaygaming1, YouTube and TikTok is Realdaygaming. And why don't you just follow the podcast? We made a Twitter. We changed the Twitter handle and everything. It's the Kane and Day Show on Twitter.
Boom. We're twatting it up, baby.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and we finally got it all sorted. It's good. We're ready to rock on that one.
Yes, sir. All right. So where are we starting today? I think we're starting. We haven't recorded since the All-Star break, so I think we start at the All-Star. A little recap.
The All-Star game's not. It's gonna take about 30 seconds because that's about how.
The home run derby was one of the most fun experiences I've ever watched because J-Rod is inhuman, just inhuman.
Wow. Yeah, I missed his first round because I was not home.
That first round, I was screaming. I had Preston dancing with me. We were going crazy in this house for J-Rod. He put on a show. Well,
that's what the home run derby is supposed to be. I was just so happy Kyle Schwarber sucks at Dodger Stadium because Albert Pujols beating him just made my heart
and Albert
so happy.
Almost made it to the finals.
Oh, if he made it to the finals, it was scripted. There's nothing else you could tell me otherwise. It was scripted.
But it hands down, great show. Great show. Especially, I feel like SDS with... sorry, guys, it's also an MLB The Show kind of podcasting, but SDS did a great job on the content for those cards, too. All of them are very usable, and just, I don't know. All-Star Weekend is always the best weekend. That home run derby, Pete Alonso, very let down that he lost to Julio.
He wanted to win so bad.
Oh, he sure did. And Julio was just unleashed all of his energy.
Well, Pete doesn't like going second.
No, he doesn't.
He likes going first to do what Julio did.
Right.
And when Julio puts up 30, I mean,
it's a big number. It's a huge number.
In 4 minutes, that's a lot. That's what 80% of the swings have to leave.
And I think if Julio got the extra 30, or however much you get for the 440 home runs,
30 seconds.
So you get a whole minute.
Yep.
I think if he would,
everyone was guaranteed.
30
seconds of bonus time for the T-Mobile ball, and then the 440s, an extra, so it'd be an extra.
Yeah,
minute.
If he had the extra minute, he would have probably won. Just because, he started to hit his stride at the end, and there just wasn't enough time. So, that was tough.
With 1 second.
Because Juan Soto really seemed... I don't know, he just wasn't hitting him out. And he barely scraped by with the extra time.
Yeah, ESPN did a horrendous job of counting.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
They sure did.
It was bad.
Because I know he won, and they just didn't count it.
Yeah.
And so he had to hit another one, and then he kept hitting them, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, he went 2 or 3 over, and I'm like, what are we doing here? Let's move on.
Giving the people what they want, really.
Kinda.
But that was great. All-Star game. Shane McClanahan gave up more runs than he ever has in a start this year.
Yeah, and then after that inning, the NL didn't get a base hit for 21 outs, so...
Yeah, the AL is the dominant side once again. I
wouldn't really call it dominant. It was 2 hits. And one happened to have a guy on base.
Yeah, that
was the whole game in a nutshell. McClanahan gave up 4 hits, 2 runs.
Dude,
and a 6 double play.
On the All-Star game topic, SDS did Byron Buxton so dirty for that home run.
Wow.
And Judge was it was so shitty because Judge won because he hit a fucking home run too. Stanton won because he fucking hit a home run too. Cool.
It was a coin flip. Like I said, I thought Class A was gonna get it.
Yeah, Class A, what, almost threw an immaculate inning?
Yeah, he was one pitch off.
Yeah, and struck out the side.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Male Class
Yeah,
A is elite.
yeah, he's
Elite.
nasty.
And he only has 3 pitches.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, he's got a cutter, he's got a slider, and he's got a fastball.
His slider's a diet fastball, but that's not the point.
But All-Star Game, I didn't watch it.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
See, I do want to say, I loved the interactions with the players on the field. That was really cool.
I loved Manoah mic'd
Manoah's
up.
was good. But when Nestor and Jose Trevino were both mic'd up together, and there was no signs, they were literally just telling each other what they were gonna throw. And I thought that was great like, it was great entertainment.
Nestor has been a comic relief kind of for baseball. Looking like this dude's just up there being silly, and it's like,
hey, he hit 95 yesterday,
bro. When kids see that, it's like, baseball is supposed to be fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's why I like that. Like, that interaction, that whole half inning was great.
Right, and Manoah mic'd up was good. Julio mic'd up was good. Freaking Liam Hendricks screaming at him, and it's just in his ear the whole time.
Yeah, they kind of did Julio dirty because they had that pitching change to bring Liam out, and they just kind of stopped talking to him. And there was only like 2 batters.
Yeah.
3 batters. And one was like a first pitch out, I think.
I mean, that is the rookie of the year, so ESPN kind of sucks. I mean,
it's just, and then they're talking to Liam. I'm like, well, this is kind of awkward now because Julio's just sitting out there in center field, and they could hear it. He can hear it.
Yeah.
But I just thought the interactions were cool. The All-Star game itself rocked. That's why I don't like would never go to the All-Star game.
Yeah, next year catch me and Real Day here at at T-Mobile Park for the home run derby. If we got any fans here there, come up, meet and greet and stuff like that. Let's start the second half of the season. Aaron Judge is unanimously the MVP. I don't know how many times we have to say this. He's so good.
He's on pace for 66.
He's so good.
Hit another one yesterday. I don't get it.
Somebody told me a stat I saw a stat that in his last 9 games, when I saw this tweet, that he had hit 9 home runs, and in his last 14 games, he hit 13 from that tweet, and I'm like, man, that's something. And then I also heard another thing for the Yankees about what they're going to do, because time is winding down. There is a trade package deal for Soto on the table. It has been reported that there is a huge package in place.
10 players. That's so dumb.
But I watched this TikTok last night, and it was talking about, should you sign Aaron Judge or trade for Juan Soto? And one guy's like, I kind of don't want either, because yes, you're giving up Judge, but how long can he last? He's 30 years old. How much longer can he play in the field because his defense, I will say, is pretty elite.
Yep.
He's very good. He's 6'7". He's huge. But
he's playing center field this year too.
How long can he maintain on a?
He's just gonna stay on the field. That's what we've been saying the whole year. He's just gonna stay on the field.
Right. But how?
He'd be doing this every year if he wasn't getting hurt.
Right. But how long can he maintain being healthy and being able to play great defense in the field because he's not going to sign anything. I don't even think he'll sign a 10-year deal. I think at max he'll sign an 8-year deal. He's already gone on record saying he won't sign a 7-year deal. So he's going to shoot for 8 to 9.
I think it'll be 6 or less. Like a Freddie Freeman kind of deal.
I don't think so, because he doesn't want to sign another contract. Let's be honest. He wants to sign one, and then he's going to play the rest of his career out. Because he came up to the major leagues later in his, prime window, as you would say, right? Because what, he came up and he was like already 25, 26.
That one I have no idea.
Oh, I would like to say it was 4 or 5 years ago,
Mm.
right? Because Pete was what, 3 years ago.
3.
So it would have had to have been 4 because, no, 5, because Judge had his amazing rookie year, got hurt his second year. Pete Alonso won rookie of the year that year.
It was 17.
So it's been
2017.
So it's been 5 years, right? Yeah, that's 5 years. So he's 25 when he got.
He made an appearance and he played 27 games in 16. If you want to count that.
Oh, not really.
And he played the whole season in 15 or 17.
Right. That's what I'm going off of. So 5 years of 6 years of service. So he was 25, 24, and now he's 30. So again, just how long can you maintain this kind of, like, he's always going to be great hitting. He'll hit for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's the in the field, how will his body hold up type for me, and what I heard about that, and it made a lot of sense. But then it's like, you also, if you can get him on a 7-year deal, at best, I would sign Aaron Judge back on a 7-year deal. Not trade for Juan Soto, because like you, me, and everybody else says, it's suicide for a one World Series, because you know that if the Yankees do trade for Juan Soto, they will not retain Aaron Judge. They can't pay both of them.
Right.
They're going to give Juan Soto the world, and then he's in the same situation he's in Washington, where now you don't have your farm with Oswald Peraza, Anthony Volpe, Jason Dominguez, that left-handed pitcher that you can't say, and probably your 5th best guy. Because
5 out of their top 10, plus 5 extra that weren't in the top 10, or 4 extra, and then Glaber.
Yeah.
That was the deal. Was that offer that I saw.
Do we take that with a kind of a grain of salt? Yes.
Kinda, but it's the Yankees, and they will do anything to win.
I also don't think that they will gut themselves that bad. I just don't think they will.
No, I think that's too many players. I think they're smarter than that. At least I hope they're smarter than that.
The team that I've said all along that once they get Tatis back, they will be dangerous. Manny Machado is holding that team down right now, and they're playing very well. But you get Fernando Tatis back. That's an extra however many games you're going to win now, because Tatis is a different breed. He's one of the best players I've ever seen just from the start. Like, he's been performing at a MVP level since he's basically been up there. And then I'm okay with them gutting their system as long as you're keeping Mackenzie Gore.
Well, he's just got hurt, so you can't
trade him.
He will pass a physical.
But you can trade your other guys. I don't think Mackenzie Gore is now a kind of high touted prospect, because he's now a pretty quality MLB starter
or reliever.
Right.
However you want to use them.
Exactly, because their pitching.
I just thought of it.
Their pitching staff is so deep that they can go and get Juan Soto, and you could probably throw a guy who's on the team right now, maybe a Trent Grisham, because he's young. You could probably throw Trent Grisham because they want at least one ready MLB player. So you send C.J. Abrams, Trent Grisham, plus Luis Campusano. And their other guys, maybe like I don't know, because Mackenzie Gore was their number 1. So you probably send your number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
A lot.
That's a lot, but you're also getting Juan Soto.
I understand.
You're also getting Juan Soto, and it's going to help them push in that very difficult NL, like in the playoffs, because the teams that are going to the playoffs in the NL so far, from the standings, it's terrifying. All of these teams are performing, and it's scary.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
So, but we'll see when we get to that. But Aaron Judge has had an amazing start to his second half, and my God, dude, like
it's every day I see a tweet.
Yeah, it's almost every single day that I'm like, oh, Aaron Judge has another one. Aaron Judge has another one, and it's like, man. And then a team that hasn't started out hot, the team that was on a 14-game win streak before the break, they got swept by the Astros. Then they swept the Rangers, and then they lost the first two and won last night. They're also second in the wild card behind Toronto, 1 game ahead of Tampa Bay.
And they shouldn't even be there. They have 19 guys on the IL.
Mets have been disgusting second half of the season so far.
They have an energy. That stadium has been roaring.
Yeah.
My fun fact for the day was, that was the most watched. That Yankees-Mets game on Wednesday night was the most watched regular season game in 15 years. It peaked at 2.8 million.
That's a lot of people.
For a regular season game, that's a lot. And it was a Wednesday night.
That is it's a lot of people on a Wednesday. So
and the stadium was packed. It was loud. It was great to watch. They were going back and forth, if I remember correctly, in that game too. It ended with a Marte walk-off, I believe. Or was that the other game? Nearly had two. I have 50-50. But yeah, like the Mets, they want to win. Steve wants to win.
Yeah, he does.
And the fans want to see it.
I think they make a trade. I just don't think they make a huge splash. Well, they're going to make a big splash because they're buying, of course. But they're not, like, going to go out and sell everything.
No. I think they'll go get some bullpen help. Because Edwin might be the best closer in baseball right now. But he's one guy.
Maybe you can go get David Bednar. Yeah, from the Pirates.
Or from the Yankees. Oh, that would be gold.
Or you look at a Michael Givens type player who I believe has had like 16 scoreless innings as of a couple days ago. Been really stepping up.
I don't really think they need too much help in the lineup.
No, I don't believe they do, especially because they just got Taylor Naquin. Yeah. Naquin, there's his name. They did get a pitcher in that deal, but I don't think he's really that much of a pitcher. But they did get Naquin, and he is a pretty solid bat. Pretty good speed.
Better than what they have out there.
He's got pretty good. I mean, except for Starling Marte. Starling Marte has been amazing this year.
Right, but it's their left field that's really been their downfall. Because they started with Dom Smith a little bit.
And then I know their right fielder's Brandon Nimmo.
Yeah. It's just, I think they have one hole in that lineup, but besides that, I think the lineup's fine. The starting pitching's fine. It's just that bullpen. Just a little, relief.
They could go out and get, a player that that people are sleeping on to go play left field. Something like that. But other than that, it just doesn't seem like not really much has changed since before the break.
I think what they should have done, if they were to get anybody, it would have been a guy like David Peralta or Benintendi.
Yeah.
Not super well known. Well, I guess they're well known, but not like a Juan Soto,
Right. I don't think they'll gut their system. I believe that they are high on Brett Beatty, and when Brett Beatty gets called up, which could be, I mean, he's young, but depending on how he's doing in those lower things, we'll see. Maybe he gets a September call up, or gets called up next year.
I think they'll wait till next year.
But
he might make the team next year.
Brett Beatty is going to be that Mets future.
Yeah.
And him and Pete Alonso, because Pete's still really young. He's still, what, 25?
Something like that.
And then you got Brett Beatty. I think he's 21, 22.
Yeah.
Something like that. You're going to have those two be your corner spots, mashing probably back to back. Plus, Francisco Lindor's played very well. Jeff McNeil has stepped up. Brandon Nimmo's doing well.
Hit home runs. Just go for base hits. That was his new approach this year, and it's turning out.
Guess what?
Well.
Be DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah.
Hit for average. Because if you hit for average, that's more runs scored. But yeah, this second half really has. There's nothing besides the Mariners like getting their streak broken that's been different. You know what I mean? They dropped from first in the wild card to second. That's about it. Toronto's been playing pretty decent after the half.
They are 7-2. I just saw that tweet earlier.
Yeah, the Mariners
and they play the Tigers. Actually, they're playing them right now.
You know,
it's 0-0.
Speaking of the Mariners, they made a huge trade. Giant trade. Don't know how I really feel about it yet, but I'm also very hyped for it. Mariners got Luis Castillo, but at the cost of Nobeli Marte and Edwin Arroyo, plus Strout, I think his name is, are 1, 3, and 5 prospects, plus random. On top of
figuratively random,
you know, looking through the Mariners trades this year, have been both with the Reds, and for the amount that they've given up for 3 players, I believe you said 5 top 15 before we started.
That was including the Sonny Gray trade.
Oh,
that sent Chase Petty to Cincinnati for Sonny Gray. It was a 1-for-1.
Oh, okay. But gave up a lot. They gave up a lot.
Brandon Williamson was in the Winker trade. Then you had Marte, who's now their number 1.
Yep.
Brandon's their number 5. Edwin slots in at number 6, and then Levi slots in at number 15.
Yep.
That's all just from Seattle and that one trade with Chase being at number 8 with Minnesota. The Reds are really building.
So you gave up 4 of your top 15.
Yeah.
For Eugenio Suarez, who's
for the wild card spot.
Which, you know, it's kind of where you're at, especially with Houston being Houston.
Yeah, 11 games up.
Yeah, they sure are. The Mariners can't seem to beat them. It doesn't matter.
Well, nobody can. They're 66 and 36.
Yeah, they're really good. But
they have the best record in the league.
But them getting Luis Castillo really kind of rounds out their starting rotation.
Hopefully.
Because now you're going to have Luis Castillo is your ace. Robbie Ray's your number 2. Logan Gilbert's your number 3. Flexen's your number 4. Marco's your number 5. Or Matt Brash, George Kirby. It's kind of what you're looking at. I do think that the Mariners are going to make one more move before Tuesday's deadline. And I think they're going to go for a bullpen piece. And I think they're going to go for a competent guy who, you know, their bullpen's been in the top 10 this year. Top 5. Haven't given up many runs. They just haven't, except for the other night when they lost 11-1. It's kind of the one time that there's been a blunder, and the Mariners bullpen has just been electric.
JV was pitching that game, so, you know, JV wasn't
5 strikeouts, Ben.
Game.
5 strikeouts.
Yeah, I lost fun coupons on that one.
But
don't worry, I won it back the next day. So,
but I think that, you know, let's get into the trade talks. Luis Castillo's big for them, though. Honestly, 2.86 ERA on the year. Career-wise, since 2017, he's got, like, I believe a 3.6 or a 3.8 in that range. Not bad for your career. Not really bad.
Right.
You've had a playoff experience with the Reds. If he just, he's 4-4 on the year, but that's because he couldn't get any run support when pitching. He also went into Yankee Stadium last week.
The team is 39-61. I don't expect him to have a winning record.
Right.
Man can give up 2 and take the loss.
Yeah. And then
didn't they throw a no-hitter earlier in the year and lose that game?
They sure did.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Just because he's 4-4, to me, with the team he was on, don't mean anything to me.
Yep.
It's the ERA. It's the runs given up. The walks.
2.86 is pretty good for your
I
for
don't
your
care about
ace.
his win. I don't. I just genuinely don't.
2.86 is very good for an ace. So he's gonna come in, round that out, kind of maybe give them a new surgence with how the dynamic is. Like, yes, you're losing one of your other starters, but you can also run Brash and Kirby as your long guys. Or, if you got to scratch Marco or Flexen or Gilbert or anybody, you have Brash and Kirby sitting there waiting in the wings. Where is your thought on Juan Soto going? Where is your final prediction?
I still think he's going to go to St. Louis.
There's a good chance. It's a good chance. Is Dylan Carlson in that trade?
No, but Nolan Gorman is.
Oh, that's sad because Nolan Gorman's gonna be a stud. You're probably also giving up Matthew Liberatore.
You're giving up Liberatore, Herrera, Walker, Alec Burleson, and
Walker's a third base. He's a third base guy though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you're fine giving up that guy because you've got Nolan for the rest of his career, and he's still gonna be elite in the field.
I think it's gonna be Walker, Liberatore. I don't think they're gonna go for Herrera. They'll go for Wynn.
Yep, Mason Wynn. Yep.
And then Alec Burleson. Those are the 4 I think out of the top 10 that will be in the deal. And
Who is their MLB guy going in the trade? That's why I say Carlson. He's young. He's a switch hitter.
They won't give up Carlson. I think they'll give up someone like maybe Harrison Bader. Maybe
Harrison Bader's young. He's still got a lot of potential.
They won't give up Paul. They won't give up Tommy.
Nope. They're not giving up any of their quote-unquote stars.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even mention Tyler O'Neill.
But I mean,
maybe a Brendan Donovan.
I still think that because you're getting an outfield spot, right? Who's their outfielder? Who's
Brendan Donovan?
Is he the starter?
I don't watch many St. Louis games, if I'm being honest.
I know your starting outfield is Tyler O'Neill in center or left. You have Dylan Carlson in right. So they have to have one more starter, and it's going to be a starter, let's be honest here. It's not going to be a bench guy.
Well, the thing for them is Brendan Donovan is on the roster. He's left-handed, so it fits Juan Soto, I guess. And he's only 25. Because you're not giving up Lars. I guess you could.
You could give up Lars Nootbaar.
Yeah.
That's actually
it's between one of the two, or Corey Dickerson.
I could see them. I could see them doing Lars. Lars is going to be a good stick at some point.
Yeah, and they're both about the same, 24, 25, 6'2", 6'3". Like they're both identical.
There you go.
They're not, like I said, I don't think they'd give up Carlson. Not if they're giving up 1, 3, 4, and 8. They're not giving up Carlson, who was just their number 1 last year or 2 years ago.
I do see the Padres 100% nabbing him and having the trio of Manny, freaking Fernando, and Juan Soto. You're sending Trent Grisham probably in the deal. He'll play better center field than, I believe, Victor Robles. And you move Victor over. Like I said, you could give up Campuzano,
I don't think they
C.J.
would take him.
Abram.
They just got Keibert. They're not going to take a catcher. That's why I took Herrera off.
Yeah, but he's still in their top. And maybe you
but
can move
what?
him. Maybe
What's
and they're also gonna trade, Josh Bell, so you can also move them from catcher to first. It's it's pretty normal. Maybe put Keibert at first, and you put Campuzano behind the dish, and then you still have a switching for first baseman.
Yeah.
So
I just don't think they'd go for a catcher.
I know Josh Bell is 100% on the move. To go where? I don't know.
Not Tampa. We already have 3 first.
Yeah,
don't need another one.
You don't need another one.
No.
Yankees,
Actually, we have Tampa's been actually rotating 4. When Harold is healthy, they've been rotating Isak, Harold, G-Man, and Yandy all at first base.
So here's a crazy thought, right? Instead of going to get a left fielder for the Mets, they may go for Josh Bell and DH him. There you go. I like that trade. You're not giving up a lot for him either.
I think a better move for them would be upgrading catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Go out and get maybe like a Christian Vasquez.
Ooh, what about with it? I mean, they could actually go for Wilson too.
Wilson's going to be expensive. Christian is not. See, Christian's he's proven in the playoffs he can hit.
Right.
Because he did it against Tampa,
but
4 games last year.
But
in the past 4 years, but
would that be technically selling in Boston's case?
No, because they have Connor Wong down ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
They have I know they have a second catcher up right now. Can't think of his name. Because Christian's more of the hitting guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Kevin Plawecki.
Oh, okay.
So they still have an MLB level talent ready, up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kevin is the defensive guy. I think Connor's pretty good with the stick.
Okay.
They platoon him like that and just have Connor fill in Vasquez's spot like he did when Christian got hurt earlier in the year when Connor got called up.
Uh-huh.
So they've already seen it happen. How it would work. And maybe just go out and just sell him at least.
Yeah, because
trade him away.
You already told, if Boston were selling, Rafi and Xander would probably be up.
Yeah.
But they already told Xander they're not trading him, and they could trade Vasquez away. We still got a couple days left. No, nothing has happened since Friday night. Well, Tampa got David Peralta, which is a very, very good trade for Tampa.
Yeah, I'm happy. I was happy about it because they gave up one player who is, I think, in the Florida Complex League. That's how low he was in the system. Trying to see if I can find it really quick. That don't matter. I just know he's a prospect
that most likely won't pan out.
Never heard of. I actually can't click on his name because he doesn't have a bio.
Oh.
That's how low in the system he is.
Ouchie.
If that gives you an idea. I think David Peralta is a nice left-handed bat.
He is.
It is better than Brett Phillips because, my God, right now as a fan watching the bottom 3 with under Spencer Torkelson averages, I know they're going up there. Brett Phillips is trying to bunt half the time because he can't get a base hit.
Yep.
And to fill the roster spot, they sent Josh Lowe down, which I think is great. Jared knows how much I love Josh Lowe. Can't hit a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Hey, I did get him pair of 5 in MLB The Show, all right?
Well, that's a video game. In real life, he can't hit a fastball, and that's all they're throwing him. Or they'll throw him junk in the dirt, and he'll swing at it.
Julio seemed to figure it out.
And I think really the final straw for me was get him missing a routine fly ball.
Hitting
And during
himself
the
in the
day,
face.
it hit him in the face and led to Trey Mancini getting an inside the park home run. Yeah, that was my final straw with him. I could get
Yeah.
over the strikeouts, whatever, because I know he has the potential to be Kevin Kiermaier, but better.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kevin's very inconsistent with
He just
the
needs
bat.
more time to develop, and maybe he just got thrown into it just because he was not ready
Well,
yet. But they
Margot's
were
been
like,
down.
yeah, your whole outfield's been hurt, so
Literally, Margot's been out for I think 4 weeks at this point. He missed 6 weeks earlier in the year.
mm-hmm.
Kevin is out for this season, I believe, with a hip. And
And
it's
then you
Randy
have
out there, but
Randy.
it's like bringing in David who can hit.
And play solid.
He's not as great as Josh. Josh does really play a good outfield. It's just when he makes a Joe Adele error, I just can't stand it. But it also cost him that game.
Yeah, but that trade is solid.
Yeah, I'm happy about it.
Yeah,
they didn't give up much. Got a solid hitter.
Looking at teams in the playoffs that need a catcher, yes, there's the Braves too that have Travis. But they could. Well, Williams their DH.
Can catch, can he?
You can go get his brother though.
Sure can.
And
that'd be really funny.
And you could put the brothers on the same team because, as of right now, Michael Harris is untouchable.
He's still batting 8th.
He's untouchable.
Yeah.
He's very good, but you can also go. They've got a farm to go get him. It's probably going to cost 3 prospects.
Yeah, I don't touted. Know what the price would be.
I don't think his price is going to be Juan Soto or another guy that's on the trading block right now, and they are taking calls. Shohei Ohtani is being taken seriously as being traded.
He's not getting told.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna ask for that much from Wilson. Wilson has been average until this year, where he finally figured it out. He's still young, but he's also got that playoff World Series experience, and he's just been solid. And this year he really broke out and became the upper echelon of catchers this year.
Yeah, I think the price tag on it is not going to be as high as like Rizzo, Bryant, or Baez.
Right.
But I still think it'll bring back a decent amount of talent.
Right.
And the Cubs will be good in maybe 20 years.
You could honestly get, you could trade Travis d'Arnaud, and then you get Wilson, plus 2 of your prospects, probably gets the deal done.
Oh, geez, I'm not even looking at that name. He's automatically not getting traded.
But
he was the 5th.
Travis d'Arnaud would probably go to the Cubs if the Braves decide to trade for him. Which, hey, why not? Put the brothers on the team. Let's go on another World Series run.
I'm trying to think of who in this Braves system would fit the Cubs the best. I mean, realistically, they need everybody.
Yeah.
They need everybody. Except Marcus hasn't been pitching that bad. It's not been great. It's not been bad.
Ian Happ is probably getting dealt as well. One of the beliefs that I have is, yes, that the Yankees went and got, while you're looking this up, or whatever you're doing, the Yankees did go get Andrew Benintendi, but they could also get one more person. And they could also go...
That Benintendi deal was good. I mean, it kind of makes me upset. It's very funny that they were playing each other that day, so he was already in New York.
Right.
Which is kind of funny. He took the Royals team bus and went to the Yankees locker room. I thought that's comedy to me. You didn't have to go very far.
That's true. It's like Abraham Toro when he got traded to the Mariners. He hit a home run against the Mariners, and then he hit a home run against the Astros.
It's it's just the little things like that that give me comedy.
Um,
No, it's a good move for them. Like I've seen a lot of tweets about how it's like very identical to the move they made in '09, because Andrew started with the Red Sox,
yep.
then went to Kansas City, then got traded to New York, and that is the exact path Johnny Damon took.
And we all know how
And
that worked out.
they won a World Series.
Yeah.
He was one of their better players, I believe, in that postseason run.
He was one of the better players in the league for that stretch of
And
times.
you know what that means if everything goes the same? Benintendi's career dies in Detroit.
There you go.
That's what happened to Johnny. His career died here.
But the Yankees could also make a move. You have Stanton on the DL right now, or the IL.
I really think it's not a real injury. I think it's just that 10-day holiday.
Yeah, but I also think
that's just my personal opinion.
I think that they could go and get Brian Reynolds from the Pirates.
Yeah, I think that'd be a smarter move for them, really.
Yeah,
because you're not going to give up
another,
as much as Soto.
It's another lefty stick that you desperately need. Because let's be real, he's a switch hitter, but he hits better lefty than he does righty.
I'm not even concerned about him being a switch hitter. I just think, value-wise, I think he's more valuable than Juan Soto.
I agree. And you're not
cheaper.
You're also not. You're giving up probably a top 5 guy, and then 6 through 10.
It depends on how stingy the Pirates want to be, but yeah, I think him and Wilson will get about the same offer.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest.
I do too.
And it's going to be a decent haul, but it's not going to be great. It's going to be average, really.
Brian has been a lot better career-wise than Wilson has. Because you always see the Pirates. You always see the Pirates like, oh, the Pirates are so bad. The Pirates are so bad. But hey, look at Brian Reynolds. He's right here. He's our golden boy.
That padding like an animal.
Mm-hmm. And Brian Reynolds has been really good. And I think he makes Yankees team have more heavy favorites in the World Series.
Well, yeah, because it's another bat you can actually rely on, not somebody who is 2 for 45 in his last 2 months.
And is it under 5 or 6 home runs this year?
He has 37 hits. Judge has 41 home runs.
Yeah.
I
thought he had 42. Because I thought he hit one yesterday too.
Did that make it 42? I thought it made it 41.
I thought it made it 42.
Regardless, I saw an article saying Tampa wasn't interested in Joey Gallo, and that made me want to vomit all over the place.
I'm sure it did.
I can't take another strikeout guy. Anyway, but yeah, Joey Gallo's bad. He's done.
Joey Gallo
will not.
Joey Gallo is gonna be in the trade probably for Brian Reynolds as well. They got to get rid of him. They have to get rid of him or cut him.
They're not going to DFA him. They are going to just try and let him go. I don't know how successful that'll be, because he's
not good.
I think he let the pressure, because when he was down in Texas,
he mashed.
There's no pressure. Well, there's no pressure.
Right.
You play for the Texas Rangers, bottom of the MLB. There's no expectations, really. You're just kind of out there just playing baseball. When you go to New York,
it's a different animal.
Because look at how Rizzo did last year. It wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
He struggled. He did. But look at him this year. He
adjusted.
I understand he came from like the Cubs, which is another massive franchise within the league, but the fan base, like I've said before, are completely different.
Yep.
The expectation in New York is so high, and the second you go 0 for 10, they're trying to run you out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And Rizzo took what he learned from last year and just exploded this year. He's at what, 26 right now, home runs?
He's had a lot.
He's doing, whoops, I hit Cubs, LOL. He's doing what I expected him to do last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 225 doesn't mean anything to me. 24 and 60.
It's not bad at all.
45 to 67 walks to strikeouts. Like, he's doing well.
But I do believe that the Yankees do make another trade. They have to. They have to.
Yeah, it's they can beat the other 13 teams handedly in a 5-game series,
Yeah.
except for one. They can't beat the Houston Astros.
No.
In all their games this year that they've played, they have not led one inning. Yes, they have 2 wins. They were both walk-offs.
Yep.
They did not go to bat with the lead at any point in their season series.
And the only person
That's terrifying.
And the only person to walk them off was Aaron Judge. Because he hit the
but
he hit
regardless,
that
well, the one game I think was 0-0 in the bottom of the ninth. Like,
he hit a home run, and then there was the one where he hit the batter in. He smoked one to left field.
Yeah, but the fact that they didn't lead an inning at all
and got no hit through 16 innings.
Yeah, like that's scary.
Yeah, no hit to
if you're
winning
a New York
the game.
Fan. In a 7-game series where 3 of those are in Houston, and I've personally seen that crowd in the playoffs. They are loud.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to come for you. And it's a tough place to play. You got to win in
They've lost there before.
Sure have.
They lost
also
their...
cheated their way through that series, but we're not going to talk about that. It's a different topic for a different day. But it's like, if you're a Yankees fan, I would be scared of the Houston Astros. I really would. That's the only team I'd be scared of, because I would. Just because I have fun coupons on it doesn't matter for them to win the World Series, but I know for 100% fact in a 5 or 7 game series, the Yankees wipe the floor. They might lose one on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they lose at home to anybody other than the Astros in a playoffs.
Yep.
The playoff series. Like, even if it gets like a Mets, or they make it to the World Series, they take it in 5. They lose game 3. They lose game 3 or 4, and they win it at home in 5. That's my prediction, because they're going to have the best record in baseball.
Yep, they are. And Aaron
like
Judge just cannot be stopped this year. And that's what makes them even more frightening, is getting Aaron Judge just destroying everything. And I don't know. It's just they got to make one more trade to be solidified. And I think Brian Reynolds is the guy for them, because Trevino has had a great year. And they're not going to upgrade at catcher. They're going to upgrade out in the outfield. Brian Reynolds also plays phenomenal out there. You could throw him in either corner and have an outfield of Benintendi, Brian Reynolds, and Aaron Judge. There's pretty good defense out there. Nothing like they can fucking cover the entire outfield. It's scary. It's scary to think about, and I think they're going to get it done, because you're going to have a guy who hits well from both sides.
So, from what I saw from a couple hours ago, the Yankees are actually targeting Frankie Montas.
It just depends on how well he'll transition from Oakland to New York.
That would be huge.
Yeah.
For them to get another starter.
Who's had a really good year, too.
Exactly.
Paul Blackburn could be on the move, too, for them.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good move for them if they could pull it off, like, decent, like, this. He's got a year and a half of control.
Mm.
So it's not just a 2-month rental.
And you get him in next year.
Exactly. You'd have him all next year. Then probably just try and sign him. That'd be a trade they go and try and get him long term.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Padres did with Manaea.
Yep, Sean Manaea, that's right.
Yep. That's the type of deal that I think the Yankees would go for. I think it's something they can definitely accomplish that one. Yeah, I don't think you'd give up too much.
We still have 3 full days until the trade deadlines. So, well, 2.
Today's Sunday.
Yeah, 2 technically.
Oh
Um,
boy, I missed a whole Grand Prix this morning, and I forgot it was Sunday.
hopefully, hopefully we see some other big trades later today. That'd be great. It gets me
Yeah,
excited.
next week is going to be fantastic.
You're gonna see a lot of players in different jerseys.
I hope so.
So, do we have anything else we need to talk about today?
I think we hit it all.
Well, breaking news: Julio Rodriguez is headed to the IL.
Ouchie.
Got hit in the wrist last night, so it's on the IL. That's tough. Maybe now that makes them. I mean, they recalled Jared Kelenic. I believe they recalled him. They they
that thread is really funny.
There was a lot of speculation last night because at game time he was in center field for the Rainiers, and he came sprinting off the field. So everyone was like, "Oh shit, Jared Kellenic's probably getting traded," because this is not the best time for something like that to happen.
No.
Because then everyone's like, "Oh, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone." But you're also down Julio for who knows how long, and
It'll probably just be a week.
Dylan Moore is also hurt. That's your big utility guy. Plays pretty much everywhere in the field except for catcher. And you're bringing JK up. He's been mashing in AAA. Been mashing, from what I've been told. Let's see.
That didn't take very long for me to find it. 288.
Yeah.
11 home runs. There's the power numbers they were expecting.
So hopefully he comes up and makes some noise.
Shout out Spencer Torkelson for hitting 1 home run. He's done. He's done, by the way. I ruined his career before it even started by just entertaining the thought of getting his jersey when I went to the game. This man got sent down, and he is like 3 for 25.
He'll turn it around. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and I think the pressure got to his head.
It sure did, but hopefully their farm can, or their, coaches can reel him back in.
That you mean lack thereof?
I mean, yeah. Oh.
I'm sorry. He is now 6 for 32.
Oh, there you go. A little
he has
better.
The same average. Well, he's got the same average down there. Still that 1 home run.
Javi just homered off his brother-in-law.
No way.
Yeah. Javi just took Barrios deep.
That's I like that one. That's the fun fact for the day. It happened in real time. You couldn't even predict that one.
It literally just happened. I do like. I've seen Javi and Barrios interact on the field. It's pure comedy because they just shit talk each other.
Well, I mean, yeah.
They're family,
Right.
It's like in high school when I would play my brother's team because he coached our division rivals. He was like, "I'm gonna make you look silly up at the plate."
Yeah.
Had his pitcher throw 3 straight curveballs that I swung and missed at.
Well, you lose some, you lose some.
Oh, all the time. Can't hit off speed, baby.
One thing we forgot to mention: DeGrom is set to make his season debut
on Tuesday.
Week. Yep.
Jacob DeGrom is back. That's huge. Especially, dude, Taijuan Walker has been gross.
Yeah.
Another Mariners prospect that didn't pan out.
Oopsie poopsie.
Same with Michael Pineda.
Yeah, you know where his career's dying right now?
Oh, always. It always dies in Detroit.
No. Your career either starts in Detroit or it dies in Detroit.
It's true. That's
Shout
true.
out Allen Iverson. That one always makes me laugh.
But yeah, that's really all we got, I believe. I mean, the rookie of the race in the AL is still Jeremy Pena, and Julio still kind of is on top of that. 18 home runs.
Yeah, they're both having good years, though.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, next weekend is gonna be one of
Fun
the
one.
better episodes because we're gonna
Gonna be a
break.
lot to keep track of.
Oh yeah, it is. So I think that's gonna do it for us today, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead, leave us a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section below. If you listen to this on Spotify, hit us up on Twitter. Tell us what you think. Let's start conversations. But anyway, I'm Kane. This is Day, and we'll talk to you later.